Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Three Hammers. This is our review of the 2-2 game at the London Stadium last night between West Ham and Brighton. In the end, it was a good comeback, but really disappointing in terms of the performance as a whole. A few changes in the team. Andy Carroll and Natovic played up front. Obiang came in. Obviously, great to see Zabaleta back because he always puts in a fantastic shift. Nasri was on the bench, Noble was on the bench, and Antonio was on the bench, and that's really all the sort of note in terms of West Ham, in terms of the changes. Obviously, they started with the danger man that we all feared, Glenn Murray, who relatively quiet game for him, to be honest with you. But yeah, the first half was one of the most boring games we've seen, and it just we're starting to look tired. And I was texting and sort of tweeting at the same time. And it looked like West Ham had been found out, in terms of played a physical game against us, and you'll defeat us really, press us higher, get physical, get those nasty little tackles in, soften us up a bit, and we don't look the same side. And that was my fear for the first half. There was a potential penalty shout with Anatovic. I think he got elbowed in the back. That could have been called either way, and obviously we didn't get it in the end. But nothing really of note in that first half. It was really poor. It was back to that sort of, no one could get a foot on the ball. No one was passing anywhere. We couldn't get more than 2 or 3 passes. And any passes we were doing wasn't going anywhere. There was no movement in front of it, so that we couldn't make these passing things. We was expecting to get through just by passing and standing still rather than, creating runs. It just wasn't happening. And I don't know, for me, Andy Carroll, I've seen a lot of interviews on the West Ham fan TV. I've seen the boys over at Hammers chat as well. For me, I don't think he should be playing for West Ham anymore now. It doesn't suit our system, and it's not that I'm slating Andy at all. He's done some really good stuff for us. I know he's had a terrible career in terms of injuries, but, he's scored some important goals for us during those 5-6 years he's been with us. But it's very clear that if we are going down this Pellegrini route, he's not the answer. We don't play that 50-50 ball. We don't play that percentage football anymore. So for me, rightly so, he was brought off at half time. Second half starts. Perez comes on, another player. Again, I haven't got to Scooby-Doo what he does for us at the minute. I know he got those 2 goals a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know. I don't see him linking play. I don't see him making really important runs or sort of pressing or anything. But anyway, he came on. It didn't take long though, did it? 56th minute, they scored. Ball was played in. It was come out to the edge of the area where Stevens banged it in. It was quite a nice finish, to be fair to him. But it was really sloppy. But good finish from them. And then 2 minutes later, it looked like it was game over. Duffy back post, controlled it and then poked it in. But 2-0 down, I thought it was game over. We just didn't look like we was going to offer anything. There was no real test or anything now. Just before that, we did have a chance with Anderson, though, before the 2-0. I forgot to mention that Anderson did a fantastic run. He was really unlucky, just flashed it wide of the post. But obviously after that, did go 2-0 down. Pellegrini didn't mess around. He brought Noble on, and he brought Antonio on. At the time, I was going, these inspired substitution, but saying it quite sarcastically because I thought really maybe Nasri should have come on. I'm not saying Nasri's going to be the difference maker yet, but he definitely, from the past, he's capable of playing that ball. He can hold the ball up. But anyway, Noble did come on, and listen, 2 forward passes for him led to goals. He passed an amazing ball forward, but listen, Arnie did fantastic for the first goal. Ball was played forward, he chested it down, he managed to poke it in. It was 2-1 at that point, and the real lift in the stadium, you could feel it. And then again, Noble pinged one to the right wing to Antonio, did really well, bullied his way into the box. Speculation that it did go off, potentially. If it did, it stayed on by a sliver, and who cares? It's old news now. And he's managed to cut it back, and then Arnie's put it back in. And at 2-2, and at that point, it only looked like there was going to be one winner, and that was West Ham. We had a couple of other chances, nothing too major. I remember Rice flashed one just past the post, which was really, really unlucky. But disappointed. It's a great point coming from 2-0 down. Usually at 2-0, I think it's game over, especially the way we've been playing. So yeah, for me going forward personally, I think we're screaming out for a real nasty midfielder, you know. So just a nasty player in general. You know, Arnie's got a bit about him. Definitely my man of the match yesterday, obviously for the second half performance. But I've seen him being linked with players like Gary Medell and players like that, and a lot of fans is causing a little bit of conflict, you know, on Twitter in terms of whether we need a player like that. And listen, I understand his limited ability in terms of his technical play and stuff, but we do need that spoiler in midfield, that someone who's going to get it tackling, kick people up in the air, and just rattle a few people, because that's, at the moment, that's what's killing our play. You know, we have got these lovely, pretty footballers, play some nice stuff, technical ability, lovely, but we just need that real nasty little spoiler in there who can get physical. We haven't got someone like that. Zabaleta's quite a physical player. Balbuena's good at that, but we need it in that midfield. Rice, lovely player in terms of he's a lovely clean tackler and spoils the play, but he's not a rattler. So maybe someone just sitting around that area who can rattle people. Definitely where we're lacking. Possibly another striker as well. Like I said, potentially be looking to get Carroll off the books if we can. Yeah, I think there's still a little bit of work to be done in terms of players to come in, and obviously it is a work in progress. I'm not going to go too deep into, you know, slating us, because we've been very good and we've had a very good Christmas, and obviously we go into the Birmingham game and hopefully we can have a really good cup run. See a few of the kids have a little run out, but yeah, hopefully Nasri starts as well. Can see a bit of him. Yeah, so 2-2 guys. Like I say, disappointed. We could have gone a little bit up the table. We've always been there, haven't we? Always that club that we're so close, but just never get over the line. And hopefully, in time, that will change. Anyway, guys, as Arnie said, they didn't stop believing, and it's the motto of our channel. Keep believing. Let's have a nice FA Cup run. Until next time, let's go.